Waging war on corruption. Alex Jones on the GCN Radio Network. Big Brother, mainstream media, government cover-ups. You want answers? Well, so does he. He's Alex Jones on the GCN Radio Network. And now, live from Austin, Texas, Alex Jones.
It makes me fundamentally angry, because I have a farming and ranching family, to know that every farmer and rancher I know, even if they've got big pieces of property and are hardworking, have to have one or two other jobs while farming full-time, working till midnight many nights of the week, just to be able to pay the property taxes and keep their property. 4 years ago, they got rid of the hobby farming exemption that almost everybody operated under, where your farm could lose money, but you could still operate it. So we actually lose money now keeping our little ranch. And then I see all the bull on the news about how Obama wants to help farmers and ranchers. It just makes me want to throw up. I know people that have owned, giant 12,000-acre ranches, you name it, that have gotten out of the cattle business because you cannot make money in it now. It's so rigged. It's so rigged. That's why cattle ranchers all over the country are throwing in the hat, throwing in the towel. See, I've got a lot of family works in medical management, so I know about that. I know Obamacare is a pure bull before it got passed. Now, I'm not smart. I know how stuff works, though. And I know what the Rural Affairs Commission is, a Pentagon globalist criminal takeover with local spies in our communities. These people are absolute enemies. These are commissars. You want to know what it was like to live in Ukraine under the Soviets? You're about to find out. And I'm getting the point, and I tell you, where these game wardens, you're doing nothing. Fishing on your own property, they show up, harass you, and they're there. We're on a federal grant, bugging their eyes out at you, trying to dominate you, trying to intimidate you, that you've done something wrong. And they're the vanguard of now the environmental cops and all the rest of it. It's time to get back in their face. Say, stop bugging your eyes out at me. We were out on Lake Austin, wakeboarding, me and Shane Steiner, with our kids back in the fall when it was still warm enough, and there was nobody out there one day. I played hooky and took off, and it was like, we're out there from like noon to 5, and you usually see all hundreds of boats. We might have seen 6, 7 boats, and every boat was being pulled over and harassed. Everyone in a kayak was being pulled over and harassed. And these police, it was I guess the game wardens, pulled up bugging their eyes out at us. So I bugged my eyes out, stood on the back, stuck my chest out, started videotaping, and they smiled and drove off. And when they were, what's your problem? I was like, well, you're bugging your eyes out at me like you're looking for trouble. What the hell's your problem, you anti-American piece of crap? Move to North Korea if you want to act like that. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of being treated like a slave. I'm tired of it. They're treating us all like prisoners, folks, getting us ready. And when we roll over and act like sheep to all these police and bureaucrats, it greases the skid for what they're doing. And again, I'm not even against the game wardens. You need them in a lot of areas. There's a lot of bad folks out there. The point is that your mission is not to harass and treat people like crud and go around messing with people who are not doing anything. Let's see, you're there to just generate revenue. You're told generate revenue or you're not going to have a job. No amount of revenue will ever feed this system. It's designed to implode. They'll take unlimited money and put it into a derivatives black hole to bankrupt the system. That's the goal. And don't sit there and say I'm wrong. This is an economic program of siege the globalists are carrying out. There we were, wakeboarding and going off the rope swings up and down the river. They call it Lake Austin, Ladybird Lake. They change the name every 5 years. The point is it's a dammed up Colorado River. And we're going up and down this thing. And I mean, I would drive by and look at the body language of these people. Just, you'd have a family out on kayaks. They'd go over and harass them. You'd have a, whatever. And I'm just tired of it. And I'm tired of rolling over to it. And I'm tired. I see the videos where people will be fishing on the Texas coast and they'll run over and yell at them and pull guns on them. And, that isn't how America used to operate. That's how Mexico operates. In fact, the police aren't even that rude in Mexico now. We're going to talk about all this, taser deaths, and so much more And people that have been brain damaged by it, straight ahead. We're going to have a lawyer in studio dealing with a case right here in the greater Austin metro area that's made national news. Alex Jones here to tell you about how you can help spread liberty worldwide while also enjoying what I have found to be the best tasting 100% organic coffee on the planet. For more than a decade, my favorite coffee has come from the high mountains of southern Mexico, where the Chiapas farmers grow their unique shade-grown Arabica beans. We have now managed to secure these sought-after beans in a highly customized blend. Discover and try a bag of the Patriot Blend 100% organic coffee at InfoWarsLife.com. This coffee gives you a long, smooth pick-me-up for hours without the headaches and heartburn that so many other coffees give me personally. Hands down, this is my favorite coffee, and it's taken us years to secure connections directly to the Chiapas Mexican farmers. Drop by the site today, order a bag or two, and I don't think you're going to be disappointed. Available in original or with our Immune Support Infusion Blend. You will be supporting a free press, all the while enjoying a truly great-tasting cup of my favorite coffee. Available at InfoWarsLife.com. In the last 50 years, iodine has been phased out of our staple foods and replaced with the halogen bromine, a practice now banned in nations around the world. Guess what else is in the halogen family? Fluoride. Ladies and gentlemen, Alex Jones here. In 1924, the federal government did the right thing and encouraged salt producers to add iodine. It's the good halogen on the periodic table, and the results are on record. Reports documented a 15-point IQ increase in areas that had previously been deficient in iodine. Bottom line, iodine is important. Unbound, clean, in a glycerin base. Nascent iodine was the answer for myself and my family. You will find Survival Shield Nascent Iodine exclusively at InfoWarsLife.com. InfoWars Life Survival Shield Nascent Iodine isn't just for emergencies. I take it every day. That's InfoWarsLife.com or call toll-free 888-253-3139. Introducing Pro One. All of your filtration in one system, portable, on the go. No more do you have 2 or 3 filters to just reduce sodium fluoride. You have a system that cuts out the sodium fluoride and up to 95% of hydrofluorosilicic acid. Advanced manufacturing technology combines silver-impregnated white ceramic with new Aquamedics advanced media for removal of fluoride and other heavy metals, all in one filter element. It is the only one that does it, and out of the gate, we have it discounted at 10% off with promo code WATER. This is the only system that in one unit helps reduce or remove pesticides, herbicides, chloramines, ammonia, and chlorine, hydrofluorosilicic acid, the most common form of fluoride not covered by other fluoride filter brands, and sodium hexafluorosilicate. Get your Pro Pure with the new Pro One filters today at InfoWarsStore.com or by calling 888-253-3139.
If you are receiving this transmission, you are the resistance. It's Alex Jones.
Relatives of a Cedar Creek High School student say he is in a coma tonight after a school resource officer tased him. The Night Beat's Chris Beth is live outside the campus. Chris?
Well, Terry, that student, a 17-year-old boy, is in a hospital right now, but it all started here at Cedar Creek High School on Wednesday when 2 girls started fighting.
It was these 2 girls that were fighting, and I guess the boyfriend broke it up, and the cops went after the boyfriend.
This senior at Cedar Creek High School asked us not to show his face.
And while the boy was resisting, that's when they, I guess, one pulled out a baton, and then the other one pulled out a taser and tased him.
According to the Bastrop County Sheriff's Office, a fight broke out in the hallway between 2 girls Wednesday afternoon, and 2 sheriff's deputies, Randy McMillan and Timothy Stallcup, acting as school resource officers, tried to break it up. Investigators say 17-year-old Nino de Rivera tried to interfere, and McMillan tasered the teen.
At first, I didn't really get it because I thought people were playing, but then when I really heard it happen, then I was like, wow, that's crazy.
Nino de Rivera's family tells us he fell, hit his head, and has undergone at least 1 surgery. They also tell us he is in a coma.
All right, and we're going to show you some exclusive photos here that the family has given us through their lawyer, attorney Adam Lowy, who is in studio with us, and he takes on a lot of these high-profile police shooting cases where they shoot people on the back, you name it, here in Central Texas. And it's not my job and my goal to just sit here and demonize police. When police do good things, we point it out. But I am sick of seeing police use too much force and then whitewash it. Because the latest thing is they're saying that this poor young man, De Rivera, might have already had a brain problem when there's no evidence of that. I mean, it is insane. And that reminds me of a lot of the other cases we've seen where they then claim heart trouble and things like that when they've obviously beaten someone's head in, like the Kelly Thomas case. And the jury bought that and said, doesn't matter, you beat him for 20 minutes and he crushed his larynx and beat his skull in and broke his nose and broke other bones and as he begged for daddy in a pool of blood. No, he might have had a heart problem. Maybe an Easter bunny too, was involved. So really, really scary to know that the police will shoot you or taser you at the drop of a hat and kill you in many cases. And then the grand juries will no-bill it, nothing will happen. If the police are above the law, we're in deep trouble. And they just had demonstrations last week out in Los Angeles about the Kelly Thomas verdict, finding the two police officers that looked like thugs out of Central Casting not guilty. The police then arrested the peaceful demonstration and laughed and said, we're above the law. We're going to beat your brains out, reportedly, when we get you to the police station, though they didn't do that. So it's really becoming a thug culture. Who have you known in your life that thinks they're above the law and gets on an arrogant power trip? It's happened to all of us in business, with employees, with bosses, with anybody. Some of you may have had a spouse that was like that. Well, imagine bad guys getting badges and guns with a corrupt government that wants an authoritarian, autocratic mindset and atmosphere, giving them the green light to do whatever they want. Remember in Miami where they shoot the woman with the rubber bullets and she's bleeding everywhere for no reason at a peaceful demonstration? And then the police chief says, great job shooting that woman in the face. And they all laugh about it. But if you shot the cop in the face with a rubber bullet, they'd kill you. And it'd be, our poor officer was shot and bloodied. Again, or don't blow bubbles at a peace demonstration, because if it touches me, I'm going to arrest you for detergent in my eye. They're important. You're not. When they shoot your dog, it's no big deal, including a Chihuahua or a Labrador. But then when a police dog gets killed, they have parades and shut down Houston. It's this idea that government's good, Congress is good, they're all above the law, the big bankers are tax exempt, but we the people, well, we have no rights. We're dirt. And so joining us to break all this down is his lawyer in this case out of Bastrop, Texas. And dovetailing in with all of this is the Washington Post today, reporting on the militarization of police and how scary and dangerous it is and the abuses. So even mainstream media and the normally establishment groveling Washington Post and Wall Street Journal and New York Times are saying this is a dangerous phenomenon. Folks, I would love to support the police, but the culture is becoming very dangerous and very gangsterish, very mob psychology under Homeland Security. It's happening worldwide, the militarization. And we all know the police are bad in North Korea. We all know the police are bad in Mexico. So people shouldn't act like it's weird for us to try to warn people about what's happening. Look at this young man, and we now have the video that the establishment, the public servants fought, the authorities fought to never release, of him doing nothing, standing there, contradicting the official story. We're going to play that video. If you're a TV viewer, most of your radio listeners, it's all posted up on Infowars.com and PrisonPlanet.com right now. But the attorney for Noe De Rivera is with us. And, of course, that's Adam Lowy with the law firm, Lowy Law Firm, helping injured Texans. And we're talking about the tasing case of Noe Nino De Rivera that happened back on November 20th, 2013. He's going to give us an update, tell us exactly what happened and where this is going. But again, this story, though a local story, is a microcosm that we hear about all over the nation of kids being tasered and falling down and becoming brain damaged or dying. This is an incredibly serious situation. Thank you for coming in today. I know you're busy.
Thanks, Alex. Good to be here.
Well, you've got the floor. Tell us what happened here and why this is so serious. And it seems like it's becoming an epidemic.
Well, it's one of the worst displays of excessive force I've seen in handling these cases for 10 years. What you